All right, so get this. We've got this ESPN clip, and it's LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant all together. Oh, wow. Talking about like their careers and who they think is going to be the next big thing in the NBA. That's a pretty amazing lineup just for a conversation, let alone an actual game. I know, talk about like a dream team lineup for a conversation. Absolutely. So what really struck me is that they went way deeper than just, like naming names. Yeah, they actually talked about what it really takes to stay dominant for so long. I mean, it's the dedication, the mindset, like just the pure love of the game, even after like 20 years at the top. Yeah, it's almost like we're getting a glimpse behind the curtain. Yeah. You always hear that hard work beats talent. Yeah, but to hear these legends actually talk about the daily grind and like the sacrifices they've made, it really kind of brings it home for the rest of us. Absolutely. And what does it really take to reach the top of any field, right? Well, and they actually use the word longevity. Well, it's not just about having a couple good seasons. It's about waking up every day with that drive to be better year after year. Yeah, that really resonated with me. Okay, so besides all the deep stuff, there's this awesome part where they each get to pick a skill from one of the other guys, to build like the perfect NBA player, right? LeBron's basketball IQ, Steph's quick release, KD's pull-up jumper. Oh man, it's like you're creating a cheat code for like basketball dominant. Yeah, and that part I thought was really insightful because it forces you to break down their talent into these very specific components. Yeah, like for example, Kevin Durant picks Steph's quick twitch on his jump shot. And what's so fascinating there is that it's not just about being fast, right? It's the way Steph combines that speed with his release point and like the deception, right? Makes it nearly impossible to block. Yeah, it's incredible. Okay, so I've got like the blueprint for the perfect player. Oh yeah, but now for the real question. Who do these legends actually see as the next generation? Yeah, who could take their place at the top? Well, they all seem to be really, really high on Anthony Edwards. Okay. And, Kevin Durant actually played with him on Team USA, right? So he's seen that talent and that personality up close. Durant actually said that Edwards has that it factor, right? Totally. Like that combination of athleticism and just like the larger-than-life personality that really connects with fans these days. Yeah, I mean, you need that, right? You need that. Okay. Then there's Victor Wembanyama. Oh, yeah. And they talk about him with this sense of awe, like he's doing things we've never seen before on the court. It's like, he's almost too good. I know. Right, could he break the mold so much that he changes the game? That's the big question, right? But, okay. They also mentioned some other more established young stars. Okay. So you've got Luka Doncic, already a global icon, yeah. Jason Tatum, who's leading a powerhouse Celtics team. And then you've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Okay, hold up. Putting up insane numbers. Yeah. What makes Shai so special? Well, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league right now. Okay. And his ability to, get to the rim and finish is incredible. He's not as flashy as some of the others, right? But he is incredibly effective. So we've got all these incredibly talented players, yeah. But it really begs the question, what really defines the face of the league? Is it just raw talent? Well, that's where it gets really interesting because Steph Curry's legacy is a perfect example. Okay, I mean, he revolutionized the game with his three-point shooting, right? Yeah, but it's those championships that really cemented him as a winner, a leader. So it's not just about the individual staff, right? It's about leading your team to the ultimate goal. Exactly. That actually makes me think about Tatum. Okay, he's on a stacked Celtics team, right? Yeah. Does that actually HELP him, or could it hurt his individual legacy? Interesting. Some people argue that he doesn't get enough credit because he's surrounded by so much talent. Yeah, it's almost a paradox, right? Yeah? Like, being on a great team can obviously boost your chances of winning, right? But it can also make it harder to stand out as an individual. Okay, before we go full-on philosophy professor, Abby, I think it's worth pointing out, how these legends, they all acknowledge that they were once in these young players' shoes, right? LeBron actually pointed out that some of these guys were just kids when he entered the league. Oh, wow. And now they're sharing the court with him. That's gotta be wild, right? He's talk about a full circle moment. It's like a passing of the torch. Exactly, and it really highlights the responsibility that these veterans feel to, guide that next generation. Yeah, it's not just about clinging to their own fame, right? but like ensuring the future of the game they love. So circling back to that question of what defines the face of the NBA, and it seems like they didn't really have a clear-cut answer. Yeah, it's a super complex question, right? And it's a blend of like individual brilliance, team success, marketability, and even cultural impact. Yeah, like think about Michael Jordan. Oh yeah, I mean his influence, it went way beyond basketball. Right, he became like a global icon. He was practically a superhero, yeah. It makes me wonder if someone like Victor with his completely unique skill set could reach that level of superstardom. I know, he's almost too different. Yeah, right. It's like he's from another planet. Exactly, that's the million-dollar question. Yeah, can someone who breaks the mold so dramatically still connect with fans on that emotional level? Right, it'd be fascinating to watch. Okay, so you mentioned that Steph Curry's championships really solidified his legacy. Yeah, but would we view him the same way if he hadn't won all those titles? I mean, it's a hypothetical we can't truly answer, right, but it's an interesting thought experiment because, I mean, Steph's three-point shooting, it revolutionized the game, there's no doubt, yeah. But those championships cemented his place in history as a winner. Okay. Before that, there were people who argued that his style was too flashy. Really? Oh yeah, they said it wasn't conducive to winning at the highest level. Interesting. But those championships, they silenced all the doubters. So does that mean, like, the pressure's on for guys like Luka and Anthony Edwards? Yeah, I mean, he's got the talent, the highlight reel, whatever, the massive fan bases. Yeah, but can they lead their teams to a championship? Right. I think that's really the mark of true greatness. Okay, it's one thing to put up big numbers, yeah, but it's a whole other thing to elevate your entire team and inspire them to achieve something special. And then there's Tatum, right? He's already on a championship caliber team. Yeah, but some people would say he doesn't get enough credit, right? Because he's got so much help around him. It's true he's got a lot of support, but isn't it possible that being on such a talented team actually elevates his profile? I guess so. I mean, he's constantly in the spotlight, playing deep into the playoffs. Sure, he may not have the same, gaudy scoring numbers as, like, say, Luka, right, who has to carry more of the offensive load. But Tatum, he's contributing to a winning culture. Yeah, that's a good point. It's really a double-edged sword, right? Being surrounded by other great players, yeah, can boost your team's success, but it can also make it harder to stand out individually. Okay, so how are all these young stars going to be judged in the future, right? Will it be purely about championships? Or will things like individual achievements, breaking scoring records, pushing the boundaries of the game, will that also matter? Well, I think it's a question that honestly goes beyond basketball. Okay, how do we define success in any field? Right, is it about individual accolades? Or is it about contributing to a collective goal? Yeah, I think we really have to consider the whole picture. Alright, so before we go too far down that rabbit hole, I wanted to touch on one more point from the video. Okay, LeBron talked about, like, new styles and young energy coming into the league every year. That's a really important observation because it speaks to the constant evolution of the NBA. Yeah, each generation, they kind of build upon the last. They provide their own flair, their own innovations. It's like that saying, if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Hi. Exactly. These young players, they benefit from the legacies of LeBron, Steph, KD, and all the legends that came before them, for sure. But they also have the opportunity to create their own legacies, right? To shape the future of the NBA in where that we can't even imagine. I mean, think about how much the league has changed even in the last, decade. Yeah, the emphasis on three-point shooting, right? The rise of positionless basketball. Hold on, positionless basketball, yeah. Could you explain that a little bit more? Oh, sure. For those of us who, aren't following every single trend. Yeah, it basically means that players aren't, limited to playing just one position. Okay, like point guard, center, whatever. Right, you see these guys now who can handle the ball, shoot from outside, and defend multiple positions. So it makes the game much more fluid and unpredictable. So who knows what the next decade will bring, right? Yeah, maybe we'll see a player who can just consistently hit, half-court shots, or someone who can practically jump out of the arena. Okay, maybe not that extreme. Okay. But you never know. Yeah, I think the point is that the possibilities are endless. Yeah, and that's what makes following the NBA so exciting. Absolutely. So to kind of wrap things up here, yeah, we've heard from the legends, we've debated the criteria for greatness, and we've even gotten a little glimpse into the future of the game, yeah. But here's a final thought to ponder. Don't just focus on the highlight reels and the stats. Pay attention to the decisions these young stars are making, on and off the court, right? How do they handle the pressure? How do they use their platforms? How do they inspire others? Exactly. Because at the end of the day, yeah, their legacies won't just be about championships or stats, right? It'll be about the impact they have on the game, on their communities, on the world. It's a lot to live up to, it is. But I have a feeling this next generation is up for the challenge. I think so too. It's going to be a wild ride. Absolutely. Make sure you don't miss it. Yeah, and it's not just about what happens on the court. Right. Like, think about how they handle themselves off the court too. Yeah, for sure. Like, are they good role models? Exactly. Are they using their platform to make a difference? Okay, so like what you're saying is we should be looking at the whole picture. Yeah, because their legacy isn't just going to be about how many points they scored or how many championships they won. Right. It's going to be about their impact on the game. Their impact on their communities, their impact on the world. Yeah, it's a lot to live up to. It is. But you know what? I have a feeling this next generation, they're ready for it. I think so too. It's going to be exciting to watch it all unfold. Absolutely. All right, well, that's our deep dive for today. Yeah, thanks for having me. And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us. Yeah, keep those conversations going. Let us know what you think, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.